6 weeks into the season, and North Carolina's record remains flawless with more of the same Saturday in Chapel Hill as UNC comes out and crushes the Orange 40-7, leaving little doubt that Syracuse was no match for a full-strength Tar Heel team. The story in the lead-up to kickoff centered on Tez Walker, and even if he had just 6 catches for 43 yards, you saw the impact he has on the offense when this team comes into a game fully weaponized. His presence as a deep threat makes life easier for every teammate on the field. In my opinion, the biggest beneficiary to Tez Walker's return is Nate McCullum, who went for a game-high 135 yards, to where it opens up room to operate in the middle of the field with the attention Walker takes over the top. But you can also make the argument for an improved run game with teams unable to load the box. And I'll even hear an argument for a player like Bryson Nesbitt, who is that prototypical NFL tight end with the space opening up underneath. Opposing coordinators are going to have a hard time scheming up a way to beat North Carolina, because I believe the only way you beat them is to out-athlete them with how many options they have that can create mismatches, and one of, if not the best quarterback in the country to exploit them. 5 games in, and J.J. Jones has developed into such a dependable option for Drake May this season, operating outside of the numbers, carving up defensive backs along the sidelines. He's your wide receiver 3. Kobe Paysour, who had a circus catch touchdown that went for 77 yards, the longest play from scrimmage on the day. He's your wide receiver 4. Walker's return eliminated the what-if potential surrounding the offense. Instead, UNC has an offense at full strength and the ability to say good luck to defenses trying to stop or slow them down. I've harped on the fact that with an offense this potent, the defense needed to be only average. Yet, here's the thing, they're much better than that. Just a night and day difference between UNC's defense last year and this year. I get they were really bad in 2022, so the bar wasn't high, but this type of turnaround is exceptional to where they can pitch a first half shutout, the team's first against a Power 5 opponent since Duke in October of 2021, against a Syracuse team that came in averaging over 38 points per game, good for 16th in the country. Gene Chizik is giving them the blueprint for success, and the players are taking that game plan and executing it to a T. UNC did a great job squeezing Schrader inside the pocket and funneling everything back inside. Playing a game called "That Was Too Easy, Let's Nitpick." UNC only punted once, but for the second straight game, a punt was blocked, which is a worrying trend that opposing teams are noticing something on film that you failed to correct off a bye week. Also scraping the bottom of the barrel, looking for something to complain about, Drake May was still in this game up 30 points with less than 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, running the ball. You have too much meaning football ahead of you, with each and every goal attainable, for him to be taking pointless snaps like that. Mac Brown most likely realized that after a Syracuse injury mid-drive delayed the game, and by the time play resumed, Connor Harrell was the one under center to close out the contest. And while we can nitpick all we want, this UNC staff deserves so much credit for identifying and getting the necessary talent in the transfer portal to Chapel Hill. Elijah Huzzy looks elite at corner, adding another interception to his tally. Willie Lampkin is their best offensive lineman. And then we already mentioned Walker and McCullum, who are game-changer playmakers at receiver. The win sets up an incredible matchup for next week, with Miami coming to town in what will most likely be a top 15 matchup, with the winner coming out in the driver's seat for a trip to Charlotte to play and win a conference championship. Days like Saturday show that with this team and with this quarterback, it's more than a possibility. From Kenan Stadium, I'm Taylor Vippolis, signing off for Inside Carolina.